Hey readers, yesterday we learned that good readers drop bad habits and they pick up really good habits. Some of those bad habits that we learned about were that sometimes readers freeze. So they stop in their tracks and they don't try. Some readers do the tell me, where they ask someone to tell them the word. And some readers just mumble right through the word. So those were some of the bad habits we learned. Then we learned that good readers drop the bad habit and pick up the good. So some of those good habits are to always check the picture so that you understand what's going on in the story, to make sure to look at all parts of the word, and to check it, do a double check, or even reread. So sometimes when you're trying to break a bad habit, it really helps to make a plan, okay? And when you're making a plan, you're gonna wanna ask yourself some questions like, what do I always do? What do I always do? When do I usually do it? And what can I do instead? So I know that if I were looking at a book and thinking about something that I always do that's a bad habit, for example, when I'm reading Gossie and Gertie, something I always do, I always do the mumble. So like when I was reading this book for the first time and I got to the page with all of the daisies, and I got to this tricky word, I just mumbled right through it. So my bad habit is that I use the mumble. So I need to make a plan to drop that bad habit of mumbling and pick up a good habit. So what could I do instead of mumbling through the word? Well, I could check the picture, right? So my plan for today is when I notice myself doing a bad habit, like mumbling through the word or freezing, I'm going to notice that I do it. And then instead of doing that, I'm going to pick up a good habit and I'm going to check the picture. So I'm going to just jot a note to myself on my dry erase board today that I'm going to check the picture. And this is going to remind me that every single time I am doing a bad habit, I'm going to tell myself, ooh, Mrs. Miller, that's a bad habit. And then I'm going to replace it with a good habit. Check the picture. Readers, right now, you need to think to yourself, what bad habit do you do the most? And as a reader, how are you going to drop that bad habit? Then ask yourself, what are you going to do instead? Are you going to reread? Are you going to check the picture like Mrs. Miller? Or are you going to make sure to stretch out the word and read each part? You can practice this strategy even more tomorrow, and then you can practice the strategy the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, until guess what? There are no bad habits left. You've dropped all the bad habits, and all you do are the good. Happy reading today, boys and girls. I hope you enjoy your stories.